Okay, welcome to the Sprint 3 project presentation. My name is Vaughn Berger,
And my name is Montgomery Russell.
and today we will be going over our progress for Sprint 3, starting with the updated documents. First off is our SRS. Monty, if you could scroll down to point 7 in the SRS.
All right, and there.
Okay, so um, we're doing a few new things. We've added the requirement that the user will be able to view the manual within the application, which is pretty self-explanatory. We now can the user can now view the event log to track the activity of the data changing within the application. This is for accounts, financial accounts, and user information. The system shall allow managers to manage journal entries. Very vaguely, this is creating journal entries, viewing the event log, approving and rejecting them. A system will allow the user to view ledgers. This will allow any user to view ledgers of our financial accounts. Um, a system will allow accountants to create entries. This is similar but distinct from managers. They can create journal entries. They can view general entries, but they cannot approve them. Um, the system shall allow managers to manage financial reports. This is in reference to the trial balances, income statements. This is some Sprint 4 stuff. Um, and the system shall allow the user to view important information on the homepage dashboard. This is some of the Sprint 5 stuff. The non-functional requirements are otherwise unchanged.
Into the SPMP. All right. So not terribly many changes. We did have some additions to Sprint 3 and 4 as they are labeled here. This just kind of covers over what we expect to have done in between every sprint and just kind of the organizational type deals here. And then we've obviously nothing's changed here as far as responsibilities or the managerial process. None of that stuff's really changed. The only thing that really has changed in this documentation is the schedule. The schedule has been updated to match Sprint 3 things and just kind of capitalized on top of what this is. So, as you can see, Sprint 3 is updated. We actually even added outline for Sprint 4 and 5. And then our final is our dependency for the additional things for the future sprints. This just refers to where we're at for each dependency. Outside of that, that is really going to be about it for the documentation. And I will go ahead and start the demo. So we're going to first start on the uh, employee side or the accountant side. And I will show you. We're going to sign in as Trevor, one of our fellow friends. And we can also see charts of accounts, update password, employee roster, journal, pending journals, and send email. So if we start with charts, we will actually be able to see, hey, we can see all the accounts. We can see how the categories, subcategories, how they're sorted. We can actually still sort through them. So if you can click through here, you pick out order. If you know the order, your debit, we're going to look for something that has like 10 grand. Oh, there you go. It pops up to the top, we can view it. We can view this type of information more if it had a description or a comment, it would show. We could see what this is, and because these haven't been really updated to a certain point, we really can't see much more. Um, we can also hit view ledger and see the ledger. Now this does need a little bit of work. We did just get this working. Um, it needs to be a little adjusted. As you can see, some of the values are not acting correctly. That's just an API problem and just how it translates to the front end. And that's a part of an API issue as well. But we can also email from here, which is fine. And go back to your main menu. You can see everything. We can also see journals. This also needs a little bit of adjustment because this is just our erroneous data points that we just kind of touched down on. We can also search through all the fields and functions of that sort. Um, As you can see, we could tell you what time it dropped and everything else. Now, obviously, we have it set to where 20 is the max amount of entries before you need a page, but we only have 18 right now because we're just throwing erroneous ones. Here's our stack of pending. This is us trying. You can come here to see all the approved, the rejected, and then right here would be where our pending is. Now, we don't have any pending at the moment, but again, we're working on that. You can also view the journal entries. And we do have a small situation where, again, it's just an erroneous API call. We're trying to get that solved and figured out, but it should show you the correct data as needed. We'll go back to the dashboard. Obviously, you can update. This is one of the newer ones we've added, so you can come through and update your password. Again, for some reason, it's acting up. We just had this working. You can see all the users. So we're going to actually come here. All right. Maybe. Okay. I don't know what's happening. All right, there it is. We're going to log into my side, and we're going to actually make a journal. And I'm just going to make some erroneous data. Just to kind of add to point of reference, and we're going to add this to this side, and we'll do debit here. You see it'll actually balance out, and then we can actually create this journal. And if we come through, you're like, huh, where's my point of journal? You actually have to come here to pending, where you can actually see where it's pending, and you can hit approve or deny. If you approve it, yes, do I want to approve? Great, it approves it. So we can go back to the journal, and in one of these, you should see there's one right here, and there's the other right there. That's where the supplies are. They just dropped in there. And as you see, the credits are pushed over like they're supposed to be. And so everything else now, this is a lot of playing up here, and we were playing with it. We will scrub the database and fix that. So just to show you that the other side of this works, well, we can show you the event log, show where I just added all that data into it. And show, hey, you can see my logins, everybody showing up. See all the event log. You can actually scroll. There's many pages of just mass amounts of data. Expired password report. Here's some password information and stuff like that. And we'll just do one more. You can also add accounts here. That's not a problem. They don't have to be approved. And that's basically going to be it. Vaughn, do you have any questions? No? Okay. Well, I think that's going to complete our presentation for the moment. We have caught up on most of Sprint 3. We do have a couple small issues to work out. Everything is functional on the admin and managerial side. We do need to iron out the accountant side. Outside of that, everything else is functional, is working, and it has no major issues. And it all, generally speaking, works pretty well, especially this portion right here. And we can actually just create one that's kind of going to get denied anyway. The debit will, yep. So we'll set it up so it'll actually go through. All right, perfect. We're straight out and balanced. Come here, and we can actually go back in. I'll just show you real quick that we can see the pending journals and what happens when you deny it. Bad data. We can hit submit rejection, and there is your comment. And that's for the one I just put in, and we can view, hey, where at was the bad data? It was obviously the data I just put in for the 321. I will be adjusting that and adding some other things so it looks more visually appealing, but for the moment, that's just where we are at. But with everything being talked about and everything being functional as is, I think that's basically going to be everything for us. So as we are heading off into Sprint 4, we're going to fix a couple of the little things for Sprint 3. We are completely caught up from Sprint 1 and 2, as we were not before just a couple of days. We've pulled several all-nighters, or late nights more so, to finish this project and get it squared away. So we are much closer to being in the same ballpark than we were a week ago. We will continue to work through this as this is only Wednesday and hopefully have it fully caught up by tomorrow. And with that being said, thank you for listening in. And my co host was Vaughn Berger, that his internet decided to drop out. And my name is Montgomery Russell. And thank you for listening. Adios.